Good afternoon. Very special, my loving, absolutely our heartthrob children. You may not know really, children, that how close we feel towards you, and particularly because there is a very special hidden treasure inside of you, which your mom and dad know, which your grandparents know, which the school systems know. And as per the predictions today, starting from Bill Gates, starting from Wikipedia, starting from Swami Vivekananda, starting from there's a great prediction given in a great Hindu text called Bhagavad Gita. And it says, quoted by some of the top Western philosophers, that India, the conquered, would conquer her conquerors. And who are these Indians? It is you. Today, I have chosen to make my talks as small as possible. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, I don't know, because I don't speak. Somebody else speaks through me as I start talking to you. Today is Air Force Day, and you will see this fantastic Air Force life. Most dangerous profession is that of a combat pilot. Any minute somebody could die. But you know something, as you know, I'm an Air Force combat fighter pilot, and till today, in my thought, in my reflections, in my blood, in my mind, I have nothing else but that attitude. And you know what is that? Is that fearlessness. We were never afraid to going to the target, never afraid to go down for a mission where we know we could be shot down and we may be killed. Never afraid to do an air testing. As you know, I'm also a test pilot. I'm also a Cat A instructor. So it could happen anything. But we never thought about it. We said, how else can it be? I'm good. I'm going to do it. Worst come worst, that thought which I'm thinking about it loudly, I never thought of it. What if I don't come back? What if I fail? In fact, when I'm reflecting on it, my Indian Air Force life, and I'm sharing with you my champion children, because you are those children who's going to make India the number one. It goes on to say, page 246, chapter 2, verse 31 of God Talks with Arjuna. Those of you got that book, turn the page and have a look at it. Or you can have a PDF model into the internet, Google it, you should be able to get it. If you don't, contact me. I will send you the I will send you the PDF format. It says, World Religion Authority Houston Smith recalls that in 1950, imagine 50 years ago, 2020, 1950, that is 2000 and then 20 years more. So 70 years ago, he had said that India the conquered would conquer her conquerors in this 21st century. This is 21st century. And you're the guys who are going to do it. Our time is gone. But daddy and mommy and the grandparents, my request to you, you all are really great. And this is not, I'm not being obsequious. I truly feel it, I mean it, I see you doing it. And that is how, it's not a piece of cake or a joke. That our children have done so well and doing so well. They're standing and they're coming out in tons and in thousands. I would like you to continue to hold on to this drive. Take every precaution. Right now, this COVID-19, yes. But remember one thing. I am divinely protected. I am protected by the supreme cosmic energy, unified field, as the scientists call it. Those who don't believe in God call it unified field of sight. They say, I'm on my track. I'm going to do it. And I will have divine protection. That divine protection or nature's protection, call it anything. Believe in it. I'm telling you, today when I reflect, how did I do those things? When I'm looking at the pictures today, my team came down and showed me Air Force Day. Have a look at your pictures. And I was looking at it. I said, wow, not bad, Robbin Ghosh. You would be doing it too 20 years from today or 50 years from today. I'm 77 today. I can see. And I know today that if I had your education, I would have done even better. Far better. Why? Because this knowledge of the international baccalaureate, which is concept driven, which is telling you to challenge everything that you learn, keep challenging till you come to the core value of the learning. Don't accept it. In our days, we were told, because I said so. You have to believe in it. We were not told to ask questions or challenge, most of us. Not that we didn't have, some of us didn't have some good teacher. Some of us had, some of us didn't have. Most of us didn't have. And it was a typical Western, British-oriented education, which changed from 16th century onwards. The India's very powerful education changed. And this power within is now coupled with the IB with Vedanta. Why do we keep talking about Vedanta, Vedanta, Vedanta? What is Vedanta? I'm going to talk to you about, in very brief, I'll tell you more about what is Vedanta sometime else, but it will become more on the, might become a little boring for you, but important thing is, Vedanta says, you are the person who can do anything. Have faith within you, within yourself. So dear parents, lovely parents, moms and dads and the grandparents, keep talking about this to the child whenever there is a chance. I'll give 2 small examples. And I noticed today, reflecting without looking at Robbin Ghosh, but look at my career, and you would see these pictures will tell you, it's really unbelievable what all I did when I reflect upon them. I remember I was very mischievous, very naughty, just like many of you are, and many of you parents have been in your early youth. One day I was running and running and running, playing around, and I was jumping over some steps. And just above the step, there was a huge French window. That French window in those days, it was the French town where I was staying, right from floor to the top, almost 25 feet, very huge houses. Whole thing was a window, there were also doors, and each room had 3 to 6 windows, 3 to 6 windows. 3 windows facing each other, or 4 windows, generally 6 that I recollect. The steps were just below the window, so that if somebody wants, they can open the window and go down like a door. And I was jumping over the steps, quite big. I must have been maybe 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't recollect exactly. Yeah, it will be around 10. I was jumping over it and going to the other side, and there were many of them, and I was jumping. That was the fun. I was playing, and others were playing with me also. And I was jumping really high to cross it. Many couldn't cross the steps. I said, I'll do it. I'll show it to you. And in one of the jump, I jumped, and the window on top was open like that, and I hit the corner of the window, which was like that. I hit it, and my head started bleeding profusely. You know what? I felt a little bit of pain, but I didn't even realize it. I kept jumping and playing. The blood was flowing out, and suddenly my friends and the brothers and everybody said, hey, what is this? What is this? They all panicked. My mother was called. My mother came, noted the message, dear parent, I'm not talking about greatness of my mom. Every one of you are great. You are the divine presentation by this cosmic, the nature, the God of any religion. You are that, and the children are too. You know what she said? She said, oh, him, nothing happens. He's God's child. Nothing happens to him. And a lot of blood was flowing out. She did is just clean it up, and he said, go, play. Other would have today, I know, maybe most of it will say, okay, lie down, put some medicine, take him to the hospital, go to the doctor. I'm not saying, by the way, parent, don't go to the doctor, don't go to the hospital. I'm just saying, continue to give that message. You can. You're the winner. I noticed the same reflection in the Indian Air Force life. In the Air Force, there was one Air Marshal, I'll take the name, very special, Dushwant Singh. I was commanding a mixed squadron in that time. I can say it now because those things are all changed. Otherwise, it was a secret. In Pathankot, I had close to huge number of people, aircraft, the petrol Bowsers and vehicles, and huge. And I must be having about 33 or very senior pilots and little bit of junior pilots under training. And we were right in the front. Pathankot is exactly 11 kilometers from the border. And we have to continue to stay ready, prepared, continuously, every day, flying with an imagination, tomorrow I might get the call to go. You apply this today towards preparation for DP, preparation for MYP, preparation for learning something new. It may not be with the IB Victorious Kids School. It may be outside to learn to draw, learn cricket, anything. Learn a very special cooking with mommy. By the way, did you know? I became a very good cook. I'm an excellent cook. Surprising, I am. And I realized today, one day I made something with mommy, and mommy, just to encourage me, she told my father and the brothers, you know what? This is made by him. And I didn't know that he could cook. Just hearing that, I learned and wanted to learn more, and just that inspiration, the motivation. Keep motivating the children and your own self. You know what? Air Marshal Dushwant Singh, he gave me a call. He gave a call to every squadron commander that day. Squadron is that fighter squadron. I have a mission for you. I want you to go down, and we were play acting. It's a called mission, as if everything is correct, authentic, but it is only a practice session. Go down and attack. And I had to go on and attack a secret place in Srinagar Valley. And same task was given my sister squadron, another squadron, also a big squadron, same aircraft, my colleague. By the way, that colleague, he is there in Pune. He went on to become the chief of the air staff. I left Air Force and went on to United States, and then came back to start a school. He continued in the Air Force. Wonderful officer, very great. And both of us were given the task. Go down and attack that. Your TOT, time over target, is this. So we immediately did the planning, and 30 minutes time you get to do the planning, and we did all the planning, and straight away I said, come on, let's start. I got a call from the Air Marshal. Robbin, are you going? I said, yes sir. Why is the question? You told me. He said, I'll tell you when you come back. We went 12 aircraft together, one after another, taking off, in formation takeoff, went, attack. And you know what? That day, Pathankot to Kashmir was packed with cloud and cloud and cloud, and all the high hills, which is the boundary and dividing Srinagar Valley to the main, were covered with cloud. So we can't even see, and we are in the cloud. But we have a technical knowledge that if you fly to this height, you're above the mountain. And when you're through the cloud, you cannot see each other. So how do we keep? So those are special training. Air Force trains you. So do you get the training through the Vedanta, through the IB. And that's how you children are doing so well. And you know what? We climbed, we attacked, and we came back. When we came back, I remember 2 aircraft got lost. They broke away from 12. Everybody else were together. I had to spend a little time, collect them, get them directed. Imagine, huge sky, tiny speck of a fighter plane. But we had that eye, that presence of mind. All training was given by our parent, our grandparent, and very special training by Indian Air Force senior officers, and that special motivation. You know what is the motto of Indian Air Force? Touch the sky with glory. Touch the sky with glory. No fear. Nava sparsham deeptam. We came back, I got them collected, everybody came back safe, very good, and I had to give a mission completion report. So I called up Air Marshal Dushwant Singh. He said, do you know what I was wanted to, are you getting airborne or not? The other squadron said, sir, we can't do it because too much of cloud, mountains are there, there's a serious safety hazard. So many a time you and I choose not to do out of fear. I say today that fearlessness came from 3 things. Number 1 was the faith of my parent on me that I could do it. Number 2, the fantastic training by the Indian Air Force and the faith of my officers onto me and my subordinate officers onto me. And number 3, I knew there is always a supreme force which is there, which is the one which is creating this rainforest, the desert, the mountain, the ocean, the Mount Everest, and everything else. Billions and billions of animal creatures and dolphins and dogs and dinosaurs and people like you and me are created by this supreme force. Whether you believe in God, then you say God created, Divine Mother created, Jesus Christ, God, Son of God created, or Allah created, doesn't matter. Whether you call Jal, that is water, or Tanni in some other language in India, as you know, in the south, or you in French, or Pani, all are water. So whatever we call unified field or the spiritual tells you, you can have faith. This faith is not just blind faith, it is a respect. So as per Vedanta, if you want success in your life, one of the very important thing is respect. Respect for who? For God? No, I'm trying to tell you, Vedanta says respect for your own self. You, that you. That you is not this body, not the name, not the form. Because that name and the form keeps aging. Yeah? I was just the other day, you see the picture? I was just the other day 15, 20, 25, 30, commanding a squadron around 30, 27, 30, I started commanding a squadron. And today, I'm 77. The body has changed. But what has increased instead of deteriorating by changing muscle and the tones is that firm faith. That's why I chose to take a premature release from the Indian Air Force and from the United States. Came back all the way to India and started this school. This is for you. So our message is to give you that power of the Vedanta. The power is within you. And the power of the IB, the right education, and most importantly, power of a love and faith and care of your parent, of your own self, of your brothers and sister. And don't forget this entire country, the world. You and I, we have to do a lot of things and create a different kind of a world, which is filled. I'm proud of you guys who have done so fantastically well in 10th standard, in 12th standard. It has never been in the history of schools, forget about IB school, any school, that everybody got first division and the top students stood top the world rank. In the DP, just by 1 mark, lost the world rank but stood in the number 2 rank. So congratulations, you have great future. Have faith within yourself. I'll keep sharing whatever we have, whatever you can. Pick it up from there, learn, listen to it. I keep listening to the great masters again and again and again till it becomes my nature. I love you all.